This is AC35 Update. It's a liftoff before round robin 2 of the Louis Vuitton qualifying races in Bermuda. Day 4 in the quest for America's Cup 35. New Zealand wins again and catches up on the USA at 5-1. Also winner against France. Britain is back on the saddle and puts another goal on Sweden, still counting defeats after the controversial penalty call on Day 3. Here is Nautical Channel Sports correspondent Nick Douglas with the inside story.
Hi Nautical Channel Sports fans, this is Nick Douglas in beautiful Bermuda, and today we saw the first day of round robin 2 kick-off for the Louis Vuitton America's Cup qualifying series. The first match off the rank, the much-awaited rematch between Artemis Racing and Emirates Team New Zealand following the controversial race 14 of round robin 1 yesterday, where Artemis was awarded a penalty which was later admitted to be incorrect by the ACRM. Artemis Racing sailed a brilliant first half of the race, just as Emirates Team New Zealand sailed a fantastic second half to the race, and they went on to take 2 from 2 wins against Artemis Racing in as many days. Pete, well sailed today. It must have been a little bit of pressure on given the happenings of yesterday.
Yeah, well, I don't think anything really changed for us. Obviously, we had a fair few things we wanted to work on overnight, and a lot of things we weren't really happy with how we sailed yesterday. And we definitely still made a fair few mistakes today, but I think the thing that was really pleasing for us is we definitely tidied up a lot of those areas. We did a lot better tacks, a lot better manoeuvres, and it felt like the boat was going a lot quicker. So, really happy with the effort the guys put in on the shed overnight, and the design guys that have been analysing all that stuff to try and make us quicker. And it's something that I think we've just got to keep pushing down that road.
Yeah, and you say that you've improved your tacks. I have to say your tacks are just gorgeous. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's because you've got the pedalling and you're able to keep that happening longer on both sides. You nearly always seem to have 2 pedalling at any one time.
Yeah, well, definitely the guys are producing plenty of power, and it's something that I think the more power you have, the more you can do, and it's something that, we've been working on it for a long time, and we're pretty happy we're pretty happy with how it's going.
Tough day.
Tough day after a tough day.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse at the moment. We need something to flip. Lucky we got a couple of days off now.
Yeah.
So we can regroup.
Yeah, I think so many people wanted you to come out firing today, given, it sort of felt like karma would give you a go of it, but then at the same time a lot of people don't understand that, getting that momentum back can be hard too.
Yeah, well, I thought we came out firing pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Like we dominated the start and, took off down the first reach, and then first jibe we got back to the wheel, we were looking along, and the next minute they're just sailing through our wind shadow. So that was pretty hard, and then Pete got pretty aggressive at the bottom mark trying to luff us out, and I think in his aggression lost some steerage and crashed the boat, and we managed to jump around the front, but even after that big crash they're still able to reel us in, so clearly they had some pace on us today.
This means that Emirates Team New Zealand is now on 5 points in a close second behind Oracle Team USA, who came out of the shed to sail the second race today against Groupama Team France. You wouldn't have thought that Oracle Team USA had a day off yesterday considering how well they sailed. Even with a reported wing issue, which I spoke to the skipper Jimmy Spithill about after racing, they still managed to beat Groupama by quite a significant margin, having almost 100% fly time. So maybe that's an indicator as to what we can expect over the coming days. Regardless, Emirates Team New Zealand will be doing their best to make sure that they can secure the 7-race win leading into the final. We'll have to see what happens. Jimmy, solid out there today?
Yeah, it was good. We had a good day yesterday to really go through a lot of footage and data, and we wanted to try a few things today, and it all worked out. So yeah, good day.
All worked out except for someone undid their pants on the what?
Yeah, Kyle sort of undid the zipper, but
got a bit excited.
He does. He gets excited, but no. We had a failure in the wing. Luckily, we had a huge lead at that time, so Kyle got in there, effected a repair, and we're able to sort of take the accelerator off a little bit for the second half and just get it through the line. Not really sure what happened, but the guys are back there looking at it now and figuring out what it was, and in some ways kind of good to get that out of the way now and be able to see the boys, deal with the situation, not affect the result, and, learn from it now. The last thing you want is that happening later on.
Yeah. Did you ever think at the start of your America's Cup career that taking the pedal off would mean doing 26 knots?
Yeah. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I think.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, the boats today, it's still at times you're 10 knots of wind and you're bearing away over 40 knots and doing more than 4 times the wind speed. It's unreal. I just wish they'd bring back those 12 metres.
Oh, but how long do you think we're going to go before we crack the 50 during a race?
I think it's close. I mean, the thing is, the boats are up for it. It really comes down to the foils. You know, if you could build a set of foils purely for just high-speed stuff, it'd be no problem. I mean, the boats have got the power-to-weight ratio. It's just to only have 2 sets of foils to go through from 5 to 25 knots of wind speed that's the challenge. You need some sort of crossover. So, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we've all come pretty close to it, and I think at some point it'll happen.
In the final race of the day, Land Rover BAR were hungry for a win, just as Artemis Racing were wanting to make up for the past 2 races against Emirates Team New Zealand. Ben Ainslie came out all guns firing, winning the pre-start and leading Artemis Racing all the way into the finish. Ben Ainslie was really happy with his team's performance, given they've only won 1 race previously to today. They now have 4 points, with 2 wins and 2 bonus points carried over from the Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series.
Did a lot of thinking about the setup of our boat and also how we were sailing. Really reviewed a lot, debriefed a lot. So I can be proud of the way the team has sort of turned that around. We've had a tough few days starting off in this competition, and to come back with a win against Artemis, who are a really strong team, it's a big win for us.
Before racing began, they'd actually damaged a foil during training this morning, so he was quite happy that they were using their low wind and higher wind range foils. This is always going to come into play here. It's a very puffy venue. You might be able to see behind me here. This is the beautiful water here at Bermuda. In fact, we do have a few of the boats out training as part of the Youth America's Cup, and I'm looking forward to that action in the next few days. Just to give you a recap on scores, Oracle Team USA are on 6 points, Emirates Team New Zealand on 5, Land Rover BAR are on 4, and the remaining teams are all on 2 points each. Can't wait to bring you all of the action from the second day of Round Robin 2 tomorrow here at the Louis Vuitton America's Cup Qualifying Series. You're watching the Nautical Channel. My name's Nick Douglas, and I'm the Sailor Girl.
On a racing day, remember, connect with Sailor Girl adventurer Nick Douglas for all the analysis and the comments from Bermuda. NC Sports, plunge into the action.